I think that there's going to be a lot of projects released on Pulse, right? You know, early as can be, because people are going to look at it and they're going to go, "Oh, I'm going to grab that a piece of that uh, bandwagon because there's a lot of hype around it at the moment of launch." So obviously, it's going to bring their project more into focus as well. So it just makes sense for people to do that.
Just excited, man. I was sitting here twiddling my fingers because I played all the market structures in this last bull run, and I'm just like, well, and I'm sitting all this cash trying to find something to buy. I'm like, oh, Pulse Chain.
All I can say is we're going to have to get a lot of sleep now because as soon as this launches, I don't think we're going to be sleeping for days. It's going to be too exciting watching the whole unfolding of this chain.
I sleep like a baby.
Some people sleep like a baby on this.
Do they have like explorers already set up? Like, are they telling you where, like, obviously, Etherscan is for Ether. Has Richard come out saying like there's going to be like Pulse Scan or something like that?
He mentioned in his last video too that he's already applied to build an exchange as well. So, I mean, he's not messing around. He is
Holy shit.
at every avenue of contention, or every avenue, on ramping and off ramping people. All of these things that he's building are for the specific purpose of giving people really good products. So I think that's one of his main thrusts of his whole idea behind doing this in the first place, is just giving people really good products to buy.
The only thing left to do for him after this is just like, actually go public and just IPO his fucking name. Just like Richard Hart Inc. Just fucking do it, dude. I'll buy every fucking share, dude.
In one of the last videos, he was talking about doing 2 funds for something similar to, not similar to SENS, but for bioengineering or, health-wise. I don't know if anyone caught that.
Yeah, there's a couple of funds that he wants to basically make sure that they get funded. Well, the other thing too is, like, when you talk about branding, look at what Richard Branson did after he got his, Virgin Atlantic off the ground, and
I love that company.
Yeah, so I mean, he could go in any direction. Doesn't really matter at that point.
Killing off Spice calls, dude. That was.
Like, can anybody expect what staking on Pulse is going to be like? I heard some things, and mostly my first thought was just staking p-hacks, right? And there'll be some sort of toggle on go.hex.com, like, where you switch from ETH to Pulse Network, and then you can stake through that without a time lock element. But is there any other staking Pulse that anybody else heard about?
If it's not available now, it probably will be really quickly, because I would imagine that that's what a lot of the people with the mindset of Hex and the staking of Hex, they're going to have the same mindset when it comes to Pulse as well. So yeah, I would imagine that that's going to be available fairly quickly.
And has Richard mentioned anything about whether there'll be sort of additional rewards, based on sort of how long you lock your tokens for, like there is with Hex? Has anything been mentioned about around that in any of the live streams?
Hey guys, just I got a little catalyst for crypto in general. If you guys want to hear it, George Soros and Bill Gates have purchased a COVID testing company right before cold season.
Somebody maybe knows more than me about the staking aspect of Pulse, but I heard there is talk about a shorter stake, like a 1 or 2 year, but I'm not sure.
No, so we're
I
staking
thought Pulse
Pulse.
would be.
You can get in and out of your validator within a day.
Yeah.
I would almost encourage people not to stake their Pulse immediately, because there's going to be a lot of potential validators in that pool who are not really qualified system engineers, network engineers that have a shitty network. I mean, anybody can just set up a node, with minimal resources right now. So unless we get word from Richard to basically say that the stakers will not share in the validator slashing, which I don't believe will be the case, you could be staking to validators that are crashing all the time or just offline because the stakers don't really know what they're doing, and you might be sharing in those penalties. So I would suggest at least holding off for a couple of weeks. And just the other thing is, like, it's not going to be anywhere near comparable to staking Hex. I mean, you're going to make something of your share, but I think that share is going to be extremely minimal.
Yeah, that sounds right. Do we have any idea?
In,
What, like,
ZRX, in one of those pools, it was hard. It took like 2 weeks to get your ZRX out of there. That was like during COVID dip or whatever.
does anyone know how much the slashing fee will be? Or no? Has that not been released yet?
No, it's not released yet. I mean, essentially, there'll be a smart contract that deals with the slashing, but we don't really have access to that code yet that I can see.
Yeah.
Can I ask a question? Hello.
I don't know.
Yeah,
Can you? Because a lot of people from Clubhouse are always like that. They're going, "May I ask a question?" It's like, just ask the fucking question.
No, I didn't was anyone talking before me? Am I interrupting? Another question.
No, you're good. Go on.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I had a quick question on just the take back period. So it said, it was, I guess, looking at a few interviews, and it said Richard mentioned that take back period is 30 days, and if you don't move your pulse, then you don't. Then I guess you kind of almost forfeit it. Does that relate to the pulse that you get airdropped when you sacrifice, or is that just Ethereum that's almost transferred to Pulse 1-to-1? You know what I mean?
It's only for the conversion ETH to Pulse, but there is one video where he stated that it's an absolute deduction and not based on the TXN. So my personal idea of how it will work is that you'll get that freemium, and then after the 30 days, your account, your address will get -1. So even if you have another value from the sacrifice there, that might get deducted. If you want to be safe, just transfer all your funds away before those 30 days. It doesn't count for ERC20s though, just your Pulse.
Just the Pulse, all right. So you'd have to create some sort of other wallet, send your Pulse to another wallet, and then do it that way.
Yeah, I'm still looking for clarification on that point, if it's really TXN or the address, if it's taking account or not. So maybe he will answer it at some point.
TXN, did you say?
TXN, transaction.
Oh, okay, transaction. Yeah, okay, fine. Okay, that makes sense. And okay, in terms of how transactions are validated on Pulse, I guess some of the main advantages for Pulse to mention is, that it's more decentralized and it's safer. I mean, is it really that much more decentralized if you're taking like the top 10 or 15 or whatever it is of people who sacrificed as validators? Doesn't seem very decentralized.
No, that's not what's gonna happen. You can vote with your polls for a validator to be a validator. So there might be 100 people that have the means, the hardware, that want to do the job, and they will come out and say, please give me your pledge, please give me your vote, I want to be a validator. And they will be able to tell you how much of the revenue they will split with you. And you can vote with your polls on who you want to be a validator.
Is there a forum for it, or some sort of?
Not yet.
Okay, not yet. Fine. And where does that revenue come from if it's not inflationary?
It's from fees. There will be transaction fees. They will be very minimal, but they will be there. There is a 20%, 25% burn on all the fees, and then 75% will go to the validator node, and the validator node will pay you a part of those fees. So the general idea is that you as a validator have a cost for the hardware, the internet costs, the, I don't know, whatever you have costs, living costs or whatever, if somebody's doing that as a full-time job. Yeah. And then he gives you the rest of the revenue for your votes.
Got it. And some of the is there gonna be infrastructure, like, I guess in the same way that there is in Ethereum or Polygon? I mean, in terms of AMMs, DEXs, etc. Have we thought that through as well, or not?
That's copy pasted. It's all the same as on Ethereum. We're bringing the whole state with us. So all the contracts, all the decentralized exchanges, everything, all the scams, we bring everything with us.
Yeah. And I guess that might answer my next question. So there would be liquidity from day one.
Yes.
Or not?
They're gonna be this. Yes, they're gonna be the same ratios as they are now on Ethereum, but they will be adjusted for the 10,000x by a bot in the very first transaction of starting the network.
Got it. And
so how many validators are actually?
I had one more question. Sorry. And yeah, no worries. And so Richard mentioned that he's committed, or some of his devs have committed code to the Geth client. I tried searching that up and I couldn't really find anything on it. Like, what can I Google to, I guess, learn a bit more about that? Is it on GitHub or what exactly?
I think it's on GitLab, not on GitHub. I have no idea where that is because I'm not reading that. That's out of my. Does anybody else know which commit exactly it was?
He actually said that he found some. I mean, the devs found some bugs in the Geth code, and it was submitted to the community and was approved, and the code was changed in Geth. But I haven't looked it up. But maybe you can find it if you go to the GitHub of Geth.
Okay. Is it GitLab? I think it was, wasn't it?
No, GitLab is for.
I mentioned GitLab just yesterday.
Yeah, the code for Pulse Chain is on GitLab, not GitHub.
Yeah, I
was talking about Geth. You asked about like the changes, right? That is on GitHub. That's on GitHub, not GitLab.
Gotcha. Okay, thank you guys. Have a good one.
Okay, so